I had the greatest time at the TMEA convention this week. It was so awesome. I went there and I talked to many people. I saw a lot of great performances. I did so many things. And while I was walking the floor, I found some amazing products that I was really interested in. And then fortunately, they gave me samples of the products. They wanted me to make some videos. And so here's one of the first ones that I found, and I was so excited to see it. It's really cool. It's a great idea, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit and tell you what I think about it. And maybe there's another way to do this type of stuff that we can do just at home. So I want to talk about how I would do this and what I saw. And here it is. It's called Arco Frog. Well, this is blue. This is the one for violin and viola. There's one for cello, and there are two for bass. One for a German style of bass holding, and one for a French style of bass holding. I don't know that much about this bass holding stuff, but I do know that I was lucky enough to get a sample of this beautiful violin and viola bow holding apparatus kind of helper for beginning students. But I kind of think that I've always liked to do these. I think I made a video about this last year, that I love to use little bows like this so I can do all sorts of little exercises, because it just helps me, and I can go traveling around with it. So let's say I was going on a vacation and I want to practice a little bit and I can't bring my whole violin case or viola case. Well, what can I do? I can just bring a little bow like this, and I can practice my collet. I can practice doing little circles with the bow to keep my flexibility. I can just kind of look at my bow hold, and this does all those things for me. So let's talk about it. Let's see what it looks like. Well, this one's blue. All the ones for violin and viola are the same color. They're blue. The cello ones, oh boy, I think they're green. I don't know. They're another color. Another one is red. Another one's yellow, something like that. They're all different colors. Each of the options here is a different color, but they don't have like a violin one that's in red, blue, green. They just have a blue one that's for the violin viola. This one says over here, tadpole. I can't really read this because I don't have my glasses here, but it says made in the USA, which is nice. And it also tells me that it's for violin and viola, and it says Arco Frog. So it has all of the labeling on product, which is nice. There was a guy that was selling these at a booth, and his name was Nathan, and he was showing people how to use them. And I talked to him about these for quite a while and was really interested. And so he gave me the sample, like I said, which is totally awesome, because now I have it right here in my studio and I can show it to you, which is awesome. So here's what it does. What modifications did he make to a regular bow? Well, he put these little nubs over here. So when you put your fingers over here, you can kind of feel a nice feeling that there's something there and it won't slip. Another thing he did was to put a little pocket over here that spans about, I don't know, about 1 inch over here. And that's where you would put your pinky right over there. So it's nice. It has a little well for the pinky over there. And you know, a lot of people have these products, and we've done that thing that we make with electrical tape. You can look at that video, but that one is a little pinky house right there where the pinky can fit in the hole. Well, he's got a little well over there where your pinky can get some feeling of being in a place where it won't go slipping around. Another thing that he did was he put a little indentation right here next to the end of the frog where you're supposed to put your thumb. Now, there is a place where I differ a little bit, because when I put my thumb over here where the little indentation is, that's not exactly where I put my thumb, and it's not exactly comfortable for me. So when I felt that, I was thinking, you know, that's nice, but I actually put my thumb more right here, and that indentation is right there, which doesn't seem like a big deal. But it is, because for me, that's where I hold it, and that's where I like to hold it, and I'm not getting exactly the place I need. So I don't know how they would modify that, but just letting you know, there's not for everybody. But for a beginning student, maybe it's a good thing, because it will stop I guess the purpose here is that it stops our thumb from going all the way through here and being stopped somewhere on the player's side of the bow there, which is probably a good thing. So I'm still going to say that's okay as far as this product goes. So what you do is you put your thumb here first. I don't know exactly how that gentleman does it, Nathan, but that's what I would do. Take the two middle fingers, put them across. Now, here's a cool thing on the frog area. There are little nubs there, so I can feel it with my fingers, and it's a little tactile. So I like that part of this. And then I can take my pinky and put it nice and curvy right inside that well. Now, just a caveat over here also, I generally play with my pinky right over the eyelid over there. And when I'm holding the way that this is set up, my pinky's right on the edge of that pinky well there, right on the edge there. So I might have made that pinky well just a little farther this way, like here to here or something. But a lot of people want to do it down here, so I guess that's okay, but maybe this should be a little longer, who knows. But my thumb nevertheless fits on the edge over there, and then I can put my forefinger down where it needs to go, and voila, I have a beautiful bow grip over here. And so that helps me. And so as far as this tool here goes, that's awesome. So I can move around, I feel comfortable, perfecto, very good. Okay, so what's my modification, you might wonder? I do have a modification. I'm going to take my regular bow, and here's a nice old one where the hairs are old sometimes, and this one I think looks like about a 3/4 size bow. It's not a full size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tape measure, and I'm going to go about 5 inches from the edge of the frog over here. So that would be about right here. You don't have to be perfect there, right there. And I'm going to take a saw, and I'm going to cut it off. But wait, before I do that, let me tell you what you need. You need scissors, and you need a saw. So I have scissors, and I have a saw. Now, my saw is a really cool Japanese saw. You can probably use any saw. It might take a longer time, but whatever, okay? Take scissors. Cut the hair off right near the frog, just like this. Boop, no problem. Here's what I do so I don't make a mess. I take the hair, I go like this, I tie a knot. Do you see that? Tie a knot like that, then the hair won't go everywhere. Okay, now I've got the bow hanging there, the hair is all set, and then I'm going to go to my spot over there. I'm going to take my saw, put it on the wood over there. You see it? Start sawing. Come on. That's it. Okay, that's it. Wait a second while I pick up my frog. Well, that sounds funny. I'm going to pick up my froggy. Okay, pick up the frog. Here it is. So now what I have is the Arco Frog and a real frog. Now you notice when I put the frogs together over here, they're about the same length. I actually cut mine a little longer because I like that. Now, here's what I'm feeling. This is important. Here's what I'm feeling. The Arco Frog is very light, and the regular frog is much heavier. I like the weight of this. I like it when it's heavier because it makes me feel like I have something more substantial, and it gives me a much more authentic feel of the bow. So I'm going to weigh these and tell you how much they weigh so we can really see what's going on over here. I've got my scale all ready to go. I'm going to put the Arco Frog on first. Here we go. Now let's see how much this is going to weigh. I'm going to start with the little ones first. 9.5. That's good. 9.5 grams for the Arco Frog. And I'm going to take my real frog, just a regular little bow here, put it on top. 9's too much. Going to go to 20. 30. Too much. Back to 20. 25. 27. 28. That's about right. 28 grams. So, again, we've got the Arco Frog, which weighs what, 9 grams, I said, and then we have 28 grams for a real frog. Well, that's good to know because this is like 3 times heavier than this tool here. Okay, now I'm going to meet you back. Okay, I'm back now, and I'm going to start working with this. So here's my frog over here, and this is a real frog. So like I said, it's nice and heavy. You can really feel it. I like that. I like it when I can really feel something because it makes me work better with it. But I'm going to do a modification to make it really close to the Arco Frog, and I think you're going to just love this. Okay, you can get this product on the websites, either violazone.com or violinzone.com. It's awesome. You know what it is, I think. It's called the stringvision bow grip. So stringvision bow grip here. You can get this on our website, violazone.com, violinzone.com. And all you need to do is take this and slide it on the frog. I'm going to try to do it on camera. Whenever I do these things on camera, it doesn't work. But believe me, it's pretty easy to get it on. There we go. Yep, it is easy. You see, I just slide it on. It covers the frog just like this. And now I have my frog over here, and I've got the stringvision bow grip on it. What's so good about that? Well, I've got the stringvision bow grip over here like this. I'm going to show you how to use it. But once we learn how to use it on the little bow like this, then we can transfer it onto our big bow, our regular bow like this, and use the same thing on both bows, which is totally, totally awesome. So I'm really for this, okay? So now I've got my little practice bow here, like this. Remember, it's about 5.5 inches from the edge of the frog to where you cut it. You saw how I cut it. It just took me like 5 seconds. Now, the stringvision bow grip has a little indentation for my frog over there, which is nice and big so that my thumb stays in the right place. And what I get here, it doesn't have all the nubs and it doesn't have a pinky well, but it is so nice feeling. It is tactile. Now, when I was at the convention down at TMEA, I had some of these that we were selling from our company. And whenever people held these, they would say, what is this? It is so comfortable. It's so comfortable to play like this because it's kind of cushy. It feels good. It's squishy. I love the way it feels. And my thumb doesn't go through. So I'm getting the same goal there. So now my thumb can sit in this nice big indentation, which is really flexible and comfortable. You can see the flexibility in there. And now I put my 2 fingers across from my thumb. My pinky stays on the top. There's not a well there, but it's so nice and squishy and it kind of tactile that it just stays right there. And my finger doesn't need anything, so it goes right there. And now I get the same benefit that I can get from the Arco Frog. So basically, I'm getting the same thing. Of course, yes, the question is, where do I get a bow like this? Well, a lot of times if you ask an orchestra teacher, there's some broken bow somewhere around. You can just take any bow that's been broken or the hairs are all gone or just really old. And it doesn't matter what bow it is as long as it's a violin or viola bow. And you can just cut that bow and that's it. So that's great for me. And so there it is. I've got that. I can do my exercises. I can take it with me. There's no sharp objects on it. And it's the weight of it feels so good. When I hold this, it doesn't quite feel like a regular bow. It feels more like I'm holding a pencil. And when I hold this, I feel like I'm holding a regular bow. So that's kind of a way to do this. Now, this stringvision bow grip costs about $14 on our websites, violazone.com and violinzone.com. So easy to buy. This costs, I think, $13.95 or something like that. So it's about the same price for this, except here, what's the beauty is that I get all of the exercises. So a couple of exercises. I tell you what, I'll make a video about this next. My next video, a couple of days later, will be a video about the stringvision bow grip. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stringvision bow grip on here, and I'll use a regular bow, and I'll show you a bunch of exercises that you can do with this on there that will really, really improve your playing. So to take it off, I just pull it right off, just like that. It takes like 1 second, and I'll show you. I take my regular bow, this is the bow that I always play with, and stick it right on there. Easy to put on the bow. It's easy to put on unless I'm on camera, which is funny, but it is. And slide it right on. Let's see. Sliding, almost on there. I guess if it was too loose, if it's too loose, then it would just fall right off, which we don't want. But there it is, it's on there. Now it's on my regular bow, And now I can use this all the time. A lot of people that use these, that have purchased them from me, they tell me that it makes them, if they play in an orchestra for 3-hour rehearsals or something, it makes it much easier for them to play because their hand doesn't get tired because your bow is so relaxed in the right place. And it's especially the thumb, because it doesn't allow your thumb to tense up. Your thumb will stay nice and loose. You can see the looseness in my thumb over there and how my fingers are so pliable and flexible. And I just love the feeling of the stringvision bow grip. So there you have it. Now, as far as how this works, yes, this is a great product. Thank you so much, Nathan, for reaching out and giving me one of these as a sample. I'm so happy to use it. But I've been doing this stuff for a long time, and I really like the feel of a real frog. And I think that, like I said, most people have some of these lying around that have been playing for a long time, some old bows, or if you're switched from a 3/4 size to a full size, you can use your 3/4 size bow that you don't use anymore and cut it down over there. And then you purchase a stringvision bow grip for $14, and there you have it. You've got one of the best bow exercisers that you could possibly get, or you can use it to show your students how to hold the bow because you don't have a whole bow in front of you and it's nice and light compared to a full bow, and there's no like top heaviness or tip heaviness. So it's really, really, really a great thing to use, and I'm excited about it. And if nothing else, when I saw this Arco Frog, it really reminded me that we need to do a lot more work like this. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you can put some comments and questions in the comment section below. Anything you need to know, that's great. Visit violinzone.com or violazone.com. Pick up a stringvision bow grip like this. They're not that expensive. They're great to have. It's worth it. And I'll see you the next time with my video on how to do exercises with the stringvision bow grip. And until I see you the next time, happy practicing!